you please stand as we say the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's flat. It's just so right.
We're good.
All right, thank you everyone for being here. We will now have Ms. Tracy announce results of our May 4th, 2024 election.
All right, so we did canvass. We had a meeting on May 15th. We're here to canvass the votes and everything went as planned. Everything went well. And we did note two standouts, Jesus Mejia and Bradley Marek. Bradley Marek receiving a total of 121 votes and Jesus Mejia receiving 110 votes, which elects them as the two members, new members of the Board of Trustees. And so we will need you to sign this form afterwards. But anyway, do you have any questions about the election or anything that took place?
No, I would just like to take a minute. I know he had other things tonight, so he couldn't be here, but just to publicly thank Keith Caldwell for his years of service with Rogers ISD and our Board of Trustees. He's done a great job. I think he did a great job as president during the superintendent hire, especially. But Keith loves Rogers ISD and he loves these kids, and we were very blessed to have him as part of the board. So I just wanted to kind of take a minute to publicly acknowledge him. And now Ms. Tracy will swear in Jesus and Bradley, our newly elected board members.
All right, Mr. Mejia, if I could have that plate back there. We've just made you one.
Yes.
No, oh, that was there.
Don't feel bad. I don't
This
have one
is
yet.
just temporary until we get your official one, okay?
Put my name, just follow.
You can, but
Oh, wow,
Lexi
that's
wrote
even
it
better.
really pretty for
That's
you,
even better.
okay,
That's even
Lexi?
better.
Yeah, so she has a really pretty handwriting, so we let her do it.
That's good.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, raise your right hand. I
I,
state your name.
Jesus Mejia,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I have not directly
that I have not directly
or indirectly
or indirectly
paid,
paid,
offered,
offered,
promised to pay,
promised to pay,
contributed,
contributed,
or promised to contribute
or promised to contribute
any money
any money
or thing of value,
or thing of value,
or promised any public office
or promised any public office
or employment
or employment
for the giving
for the giving
or withholding
or withholding
of a vote
of a vote
at the election
at the election
at which I was elected,
on which I was elected,
or
or
as a reward
as a reward
to secure my appointment
to secure my appointment
or confirmation,
or confirmation,
whichever the case may be,
whichever the case may be,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your turn.
Aye.
Raise your right hand. I
I,
state your name.
Bradley Marek,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I have not
that I have not
directly
directly
or indirectly
or indirectly
paid,
paid,
offered,
offered,
promised to pay,
promised to pay,
contributed,
contributed,
or promised to contribute
or promised to contribute
any money
any money
or thing of value,
or thing of value,
or promised any public office
or promised any public office
or employment
or employment
for the giving
for the giving
or withholding
or withholding
of a vote
of a vote
at the election
at the election
at which I was elected,
at which I was elected,
or
or
as a reward
as a reward
to secure my appointment
to secure my appointment
or confirmation,
or confirmation,
whichever the case may be,
whichever the case may be,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. You stuck with me.
I think it's the other way around.
think we're
Tracy's.
normally have the reorganization at this time, but I think we're gonna table that till the end of the meeting. So that we don't throw anyone into the,
Fire.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, into the leading role unprepared. Were there any public comments?
No.
All right. We will now proceed to recognitions and celebrations.
All right, Board of Trustees, we have several groups that we have the honor of recognizing tonight. Before I start, I want to say that when we get the opportunity to recognize kids and all the great things they do, we are equally recognizing the sponsors and the teachers and the directors who put their heart and time and nerves into all of these things. So I would like to thank, the sponsors who are here with those groups. It's a busy, busy week. I'm sure you know, so our kids have lots of things that they're doing. So you'll probably see more adults than kids, but it's just a crazy time of year, but we didn't want to miss out on recognizing our groups. So Miss Green, our theater director, has seen great, great, great success in her programs. She's going to share some information about theatrical design, speech pros. Miss Green, I'm going to let you kind of take it over. You're the boss.
Okay, so we had 8 state qualifiers this year for theatrical design and 1 UIL State Pros qualifier. Cambry Jarlick made it to state for speech for pros. It's been 9 years since we had a state qualifier for speech. So she got to the first round and got 5th in the first round. So that's that. Okay, so I'm gonna send these around. These are just to look at. Okay, so we got 8 state qualifiers for theatrical design. We had Ashley Nickerson, which is what's coming around first, in hair and makeup. She was a state qualifier. This year's prompt was Hadestown. They had to come up with a theme or a thematic statement for their designs. The next one coming around is Shauna Nichols. Ashley is a junior. Shauna Nichols is a senior. Also for hair and makeup. Sorry, I'm going to show you. That's her. For hair and makeup, they have to draw a rendering, and then they actually have to put makeup on their face, on an actor's face. So this is Shauna Nichols.
Cool green.
Here, let me see. Hold it up. Let me take a picture. That's incredible.
Ashley set her, I'm gonna take like 15 minutes probably. So Ashley set hers, the first one that went around, she set hers in the 1940s, and Shauna set hers based off of Egyptian mythology. All right, our state 4th place winner is Celeste Laura. She's a senior this year. So that's what's coming around. She did marketing. She got 4th place in marketing. She had to create a handful of events and a poster. And this year she created a kaleidoscope based on her dissociation theme. I don't have our 3rd place winner because Rachel Gomez, which is the director, she keeps the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Yeah, so I won't get that until next year, actually. She goes around and brags.
They created this?
Yes,
This
yeah,
is beautiful.
yeah. Celeste used Photoshop and Canva to
Wow.
create it. So then I'll put up and costumes. So this is Julia Jarlick's. They all received 6th place at state. And she created this on Procreate.
This is 6th place, huh?
Yes.
Well done. Nick White. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk later. Opinions about that. This is Layla Walker in their costume design, and then this was Cambry Jarlick as their makeup designer. So, where that one?
Eurydice.
I feel real embarrassed about my canvas that I make for social media now.
Yes, Celeste, she knows how to do it. She was teaching me how to do it. This is the first year, I have to brag on them because this is the first year that Cambry is an artist, like she's a pencil artist. And this is the first year that she used Procreate digitally to render, so. These are her renderings.
So talented.
Okay, my eyelashes are gonna
They were pretty scary in person. And then this is Tegan Walker. She's our set designer in this group. They also got 6.
Oh,
Joe.
wow.
Oh.
Sure is.
Yes, that's Joe Jarlin.
Joe.
Look, that's
Is
Joe.
that- is that-
Yep, that's him. Yep.
It is.
That's Tegan's ground plan for her set design.
Oh, wow.
See that or
Look.
That's pretty impressive right there.
Looks like when you see it up the world.
Oh, this is taking his set design?
Yes, yes. So I have a technical theater class that, that the group is in, and, we're teaching ground plans, rendering on, we've done digitally rendering. So this is Layla Walker's rendering.
Is Joe Jarlick here tonight?
He is not, they had a volleyball
That's
game.
too bad.
Should we take a picture?
Just in photo only.
Oh, only in photo. Yeah.
Baby likes it too.
So we also had, Cooper Kinney
Abby was there.
and Annie Glasgow that, we had 12, and Daphne Gonzalez, that were also, competitors, but they didn't make it to state, so they'll try again next year.
And they're young, aren't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Cooper's a freshman,
Yeah.
and Annie and Daphne are juniors, so we should see them. They served as honor crew this year for state honor crew, so we should see them at state next year.
That's exciting. Oh, this is cool. Look at, yeah, look at this.
Tegan Parker did that.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty impressive.
Is that Joe again?
No, no, he's in the middle. He's the one in the middle.
Oh, he's the one in the middle.
Yeah. He's a good sport. He's a good model.
Ms. Green, you have done
Yes.
an incredible job,
Thank you.
just with the students and the program and, you know, helping our kids find their strengths and talents
Thank you.
and letting them be great.
I, well, to brag on myself, earlier in the year, Mr. Craig, had mentioned that I was a nominee or finalist for, TXETA's Educator of the Year, and, I have received that award, so. A dinner, whatever, celebration in, September, so.
That's, well, we are glad that you choose Rogers.
Yeah.
We're lucky to have you.
Yes. Yes.
Man, anybody want to have anything to say?
That's cool.
That's cool.
And something that I don't think our kids even knew was something that they could do.
Yeah.
You know, before you introduced it. So I.
Yeah, that, I would say most every student, well, Annie knew how to draw digitally, on Procreate, but every other student had never really drawn before. So we found out how to.
Just unbox those talents.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you so much. So we are gonna kind of move on to something else to celebrate. And this year, our Rogers Education Foundation was formed. Had the opportunity to sit with them last week. Great group, great things gonna come in the future, even bigger. But in this, their inaugural year, they were able to award several of our innovative teacher grants. So Ms. Whitley is here. She's going to talk a little bit about that, the process, the teachers that received this, just kind of celebrate that.
Okay, we had a generous donation. By the way, Kat Hartman is our chairman of our committee. But
She's
we
been
had-
farming out jobs, so.
Yeah, she does.
You're in charge of this part of it. This is all you, so you go on ahead.
she's claiming she's in charge of the fundraising, so guys, just. So we had a generous donation given to us, and so we were able to ask back in March for our staff that were interested if they wanted to put in an application for a grant up to $500. And so we had various amounts. We were able to go ahead during our meeting. There were so many good ones that we wanted to be able to give to all of them. So the vast majority got the amount they were doing. We were able to get a couple of more donations in the help, and a couple of them we had to cut in half, but they still got something to go towards. So we had several things going on as a retirement in middle school, so some of them are not here. So I'm going to start with them. So Kristen Parker, along with Lane Keaton, was asking for class novels. So they got at least enough to buy one set of class novels to start replacing some of the old ones that are there so they can have something more current. So with band, they have a tuner cat, and they asked for money for tuner caddies to keep on the bandstands because all of the kids have their own tuner, and it has definitely made a difference in the younger bands of their sound. Was quite impressed at their concert. So Debbie Allen, along with Tiffany Pirtle, Debbie Allen's our pre-K 3. They put in a request to get materials to do puppets, storytelling gloves, flannel boards, some dual language books. So the plan is that the upper elementary ESL kids will go work a couple of days and go read to the little ones, and using the puppets and the flannels and doing it in both languages to help those kids become. Also, Victoria Culpepper and Jessica Ziegler in high school also wanted the classic novels, and so they got enough to go out and buy a set, and so hopefully next year we'll be able to provide more. And so then I'm going to start with who is here. I think I got the rest. So Amber Bartek, if you will come up. And would you mind going ahead and explaining? Mind you, when we first read this, everybody was sort of thinking something else and going, how is this relating to?
Well, Kat likes to say that I got boogie boards to go swimming, but they're
We were like, she is
Are
so
not.
innovative. She is boogie boards.
So, we can never find dry erase markers or erasers, and so we've gone through all of our Kleenexes that we have, and so this makes it where you can write on it and erase it very easily. So I'm super excited to be able to do that, not have to try to find markers at work. So thank you.
Boogie board.
Yes, the boogie board.
It was quite an interesting discussion.
Yes, they-
Victoria Zajac, would you like to
You
come
have
up?
the chair. We're gonna get a group,
Okay,
if that's okay.
it's fine. Oh,
Just tell a little bit.
I requested the stretchy bands for math, which help with students who might have ADHD and able for movement in the classroom, and so they could bounce their feet on the desk while they're still in a seated position.
Okay. Ms. Green?
I requested for 2 new iPads. We had 5 in the department. We can get 12 competitors, and right now we're having to triple up. So my goal is to get 12 iPads, so each competitor can have an iPad that they can use for competition. And then also to incorporate film, UIL, start doing UIL film in class, and teach Audacity and GarageBand and all the sound programs.
And she was very detailed in exactly what equipment. I could have gone to the store and bought exactly what she needed.
so she needs to be on our grant writing committee.
That's
And
right.
it was,
Yes.
yes. And so, Kristen's not here. Okay, Sarah all of the group that's with the garden, would you come up? So it includes Sarah Easterwood is the one who wrote. Janie, Sharon Tucker, Brittany Kershaw, and Katie Rose were all in on this grant, so.
So we're starting a garden at Rogers Elementary, and we're really excited about it. The kids are excited. We wanted to start something that was both academically beneficial while also honoring a very special person, Miss Whitley. So it's in honor of her.
The kids have already
They did not tell
started.
me.
We've been working super hard outside with the kids, and you cannot imagine how much work it has been. We have been sweating
sweat.
all day, but they beg. They're begging. I have had probably like 25 or 30 boys out there and not wanting to go inside
They
at
don't
all.
stop. And this
They're
is
They're
really
working
great
hard
for
out there.
Shovels and dirt and mulch and laying down fabric down underneath cardboard, like they are working. And some of them have never done that kind of work before, and some of them have, and they're all loving it. So we're very excited for what next year is going to bring for us for that.
So these are the grants that we were able to provide, and hopefully next year we'll be able to provide a whole lot more.
Well, first of all, thank you to our Education Foundation for supporting our teachers, supporting our kids. I'm excited. We got big things planned. We got big things. Kat's been farming out jobs. So, and
By the way, I'm volunteer, so I expect all.
yeah. And I'm the over. What am I doing? Money.
You're over major donors.
I'm over major donors, so I expect all of y'all. But guys, you know, you're the inaugural group, right? Like you're the trailblazers. You're the first ones. Doing something the first time and being the first one is never easy. So thank you for being brave enough to ask. Thank you for taking the time, for loving your kids. We are very blessed to have each of you. So just kind of wanted to say that.
Well, maybe you can get in it, and Miss Whitley.
I'll take it.
Yeah, get back here.
Yeah, why don't y'all come back here with us?
We're not.
Oh,
Oh, no, that'd be good.
I didn't do anything.
And by the way, every campus was received something. We had grants from every campus.
gonna be in it.
Nate, go ahead.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come
Why don't
on.
you be in it?
I
Come on.
think the
Y'all
foundation's
run
there
this,
yet.
this place.
Come on.
Come on. You look great. Everyone looks great.
Okay,
well,
let me take one with y'all and then.
Don't try to-
I've been through a lot today. Okay,
1, 2, 3, look at me.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's do the,
Okay,
let's add the board.
I was about to say, have y'all tried to tell Kat no?
These two boss me around all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right,
bad.
there we go. Big group picture, big group picture.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Sue, squeeze in
We're
just a
good
little.
right there.
There you go. Oh, Cody, go that way.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a minute. I can't see Chad.
Chad.
There you go. There you go. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you.
All right, very good. Thank y'all.
Now we can post that.
All right, so kind of moving on to more good news. Rogers Elementary was named a common sense school. I had to dig in and find out what that meant, but Ms. Dockery did a great job explaining. So just to kind of brief overview, it's a symbol of our school's dedication, commitment to helping kids think critically and use technology responsibly to learn, create, participate. Ms. Dockery, you want to share a little bit more about how we got here to be named a common sense school?
Sure. If Ms. Cregan comes in, Ms. Cregan played a really big part in this.
All right.
So Common Sense is a nonprofit organization, and their duty is to, or their mission is to create a school system and a parent education system where kids are able to learn digital safety and digital literacy. And so we have partnered with them and been named a Common Sense school by doing extra activities throughout the year that Ms. Cregan helped to make happen. So You may have noticed in our parent newsletters this year, every month we had a note that went home about digital literacy and how you keep your kids safe using technology. And so that was Miss Cregan going through and mining those little gems of information. And then our students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade had classes on digital literacy and internet safety and privacy, because we know that is so important. A lot of our kiddos are on TikTok, but many of our parents don't know that you have to be 13 years old to safely be on the internet and legally be on TikTok. And so we wanted to spread the word to keep our kids safe. And so, and our staff actually had to do an extra class on online safety for student privacy. And so they helped us by completing that as well. And so together, all of those things helped us to become a common sense school.
Very good. Thank y'all so much. And I love that we're giving our kids a good start into digital safety, digital citizenship, confidentiality, responsible use. You know, we tell them all the time, once you put it out there, it's there forever. So good. Thank you. Thank you to you and your staff. Now we get an opportunity to recognize our PTO. So PTO, come on up. Stand up. Come on down. Front and center. So if you were around, and I'm just going to reference my most recent, if you were around during Teacher Appreciation Week, it was unlike anything. I got a plant, I got snacks, I got a drink, I got a bracelet, I met Taylor Swift. I mean, it was above and beyond. And something that I know this board is passionate about is retaining our teachers, valuing our teachers, showing our appreciation. And y'all made that happen. And we appreciate y'all. We appreciate the PTO. We want our teachers to know how much we love them and how much we value them. And so thank y'all for going above and beyond. I think Tracy has something for you.
This is just a small token. Appreciate everything.
Yeah. We love our PTO too.
Thanks so much. Yeah, we appreciate y'all so much. Thank you very much.
We love y'all.
Tracy, don't go away. I'm gonna take y'all's picture. No, you're not up there.
So PTO and current spouses need to be in that picture, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just the PTO.
Does the social media director and her husband need a?
He gets hit up pretty
Very good.
regular.
Christmas card.
At the board meeting.
I'll need to-
Thank you. All right, so we are now jumping to our superintendent's report. You have a copy of the enrollment and the attendance in front of you. Tracy, I think, shared the financial report in the board packet. If you have any questions, Tracy can answer that. She won't even be mad at you if you ask questions. Thank you. You're fine, go home. Go feed the children. All right, so now I guess we'll jump to the SHAC report. Nurse Van Possum.
Not a public speaker. Good evening, board members. So I'm here to talk about the 2023-2024 Student Health Advisory Council report. First off, we hired in the summer, we hired Charlie Gick. She has been fantastic. She's the LVN at the high school and middle school. She's been a really good partner and she's done a lot of good things for our district. Christine Nelson was nominated to continue her role as parent co-chair. In August 2023, Bud Sperling from the Lions Club, he volunteered to screen our pre-K through kinder kiddos. So it was over 100 kiddos that got screened for vision. So that was a big help because I have a lot of kids to screen. In the fall, Nurse Charlie and I both screened students throughout Rogers ISD, and over 30 students received free glasses and free eye exam, which was really helpful as well. And that was through the Vision of Hope, and it's through the National Nurses Association that provides that. The SHAC committee also reviewed the previous wellness plan, and we made minor changes to the plan to reflect the 2024 school year. The modified document was sent to Dr. Battershell. She reviewed it, and it is posted online if anyone wants to review it. It was really pertaining mainly to the COVID restrictions that we had on there that don't apply
or do not apply anymore. This year, students from Mrs. Lemon's health class helped assist with AED checks with Nurse Charlie. Nurse Charlie assisted with blood pressure checks for the boys and girls athletics. The SHAC committee also reviewed the most recent version of Worth the Wait, which is the sex education curriculum. There is now a completely online curriculum, which makes things a lot easier because the binder was about this big. So everything is online, there's videos, and then they can answer questions or ask questions afterwards. So that was done in the spring semester. The puberty videos were shown to 5th grade girls and boys by myself and Miss Regan. She was my partner and helped me with that. So that was done. The dental hygiene kits were provided by Masonic Lodge and the Fantastic Teeth Club in April. I went around to the 1st grade classes, each class, and we read a book and we discussed what was in the dental kit. So each kiddo got a free dental bag. PTO, thank you so much. They provided the hygiene bags for the boys and girls for 5th grade. And so each kiddo got a bag for the puberty talk, and that was in March. We had field day. The parent co-chair volunteered to sub, so both nurses were able to be at field day, and we had an emergency, so it was a good thing that we were able to be there. Nurse Charlie also assisted with the counseling team to perform suicide risk assessments for middle and high school, and she is also part of the threat assessment team, which is new. We didn't have a nurse on that team before. We also got 12 free EpiPens, stock EpiPens. So I did discuss and where they're being placed. So that will go into effect for next year. They're all free, which is awesome. So each nurse will have it in their go bag, and then we will have them throughout the campus and with athletics. We also got 2 brand new AEDs from Region 12. And SHAC decided the placement, and that was in the maintenance building and then upstairs in the elementary campus because we only have 1. So very thankful for that. We also had 9 AED batteries that were replaced, so everything is good to go and up to date. And one really big thing that Nurse Charlie and I worked really hard on this year was immunizations, and we are 100% at compliance, which is awesome. So that is all. Does anyone have any questions? Concerns? No?
Great report.
Huh?
Great report.
Oh, thank
Very
you.
thorough. You did a
Yes.
great job.
Thank you. I appreciate
Great
it.
job.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll move to the
Consent,
consent
that's the
agenda.
consent agenda. Y'all have the minutes from the April 22nd meeting, the called meeting, the minutes from the May 2nd called meeting, when we approved Mrs. Brashear, and the minutes from the May 15th meeting that we had last week, canvass the election. Everyone's had a chance to look over those except for Jesus.
Yes, I did. So,
So he's glancing through, but I don't know if you'll, do y'all have any questions or comments? Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
I'll move.
Okay, we got a motion by Bradley, Mr. Mark, and a second by Mr. Green. All those in favor, show of hands. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 7-0. Next we have the consideration and approval of the Director of Assessment and Accountability.
So we got to start this search right when I was coming in and Robin was coming out. So it was a committee of myself, Robin, Ms. Dodd. We had the chance to interview 5 candidates. We did post internally and externally. But at the end of the day, after we interviewed and checking references and going through a second round interview, it was very, very clear that Jackie was the absolute perfect fit for this position for our Director of Assessment and Accountability. What I'll also say is I've had the opportunity to work with Jackie since I've been here, and she has been wonderful, not only in her new role of assessment and accountability, transitioning into that, but helping me transition into my role and sitting on interviews and answering all the questions. She is a gem, and this district is very, very lucky to have her. So I am recommending Ms. Jackie Hankey as the Director of Assessment and Accountability.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve Mrs. Hankey as the Director of Assessment and Accountability? Okay, motion by
second.
Dr. Richter, second by Mr. Shervinka. All those in favor, raise your hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 7-0.
Very good. Miss Jackie, you have anything you want to say?
So I just wanted to say thank you to Ms. Brashear and the whole panel that interviewed me. I'm glad to have the opportunity and excited for the new change. I also want to say a huge thank you to Ms. Whitley because of her guidance, I feel very confident in going into this next role. I also know that if I am ever confused, I know that I can ask 1,000 questions. Mr. Moses actually gives me the nickname 50 Questions Hanky because I ask 1,000 questions or more, and he's like, you have a 50 question limit or maximum, that's it, that's all you get. So I do know that if I can pick up the phone and call Ms. Whitley, she's gonna answer. Kind of side note, we had a retirement party for Ms. Whitley, and that was really great, but on her little card where it was, you know, the words of wisdom for your retirement, answer the phone when Ms. Hanky calls. I'm gonna need to ask some questions. So yeah, I feel really confident in going into this role. I am going to look so forward to the new change. I've done the AP role for 3 years now, and I am ready to have someone else dress code kids. And it will not be me. I think the students think that I wake up just waiting to dress code, but that is not the case. And so I'm just excited to switch over into this new role. So thank you all so much for trusting that.
We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Very good.
And next we have consideration and approval of teacher contracts.
Absolutely. So we have one today coming from the elementary. I want to start by saying that I had a chance to sit down with Tanya this week, and I'm incredibly impressed with her process for interview and hiring. She has a beautiful rubric system. They start with the end in mind of who they want, what they're looking for, what the right fit is. It's something that I've asked her to kind of bring to our principal group because I think she's got it exactly right, what the process should look like from beginning to end. So I want to affirm you for that. But, you know, on the other side, we are recommending Ms. Ranley as a first grade teacher. You want to talk a little bit, say anything?
Sure, we are really excited to welcome Emma Ranley with your approval tonight. She will be a first-year teacher. She's a recent graduate, and we've had the pleasure of having her long-term sub on our campus. She's been working under Miss Easterwood, who just left her. Winter, I was hoping she'd give us some words of wisdom as well. But Miss Easterwood has really helped to bring her into the campus culture, and we know she's going to do a really great job in her first grade position.
Very good.
Another Rogers graduate.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Homegrown.
Do I have a motion to approve the teacher contract as presented by administration?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. We have a motion by
I'll second.
Mr. Mejia, second by Mr. Cox. All those in favor, show of hands. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 7-0. And we have the final approval next of our board SOP, or standard operating procedures. This was something we spent, I'm looking for my committee. We spent several meetings going over every detail of our standard operating procedures and looking and comparing and just kind of making it more, it flows better, it reads better, and it matches what we are doing, what we want to do. So y'all should have received that. Are there any questions about it?
I've looked at it. It looks great. I think you can tell there's been a lot of work. It is an absolute reflection of how this board operates and what y'all believe just from spending time. So I think the committee did a great job. So I'm recommending for final approval.
Do I have a motion to approve the SOP as presented by administration?
Move.
Is that Mr. Green? Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Mark. All those in favor, show of hands. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 7-0.
That was a lot of work.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
I think we had the A-team on it.
We're not done. We're keeping on with
Yeah.
policy. It's ongoing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back to item 3C, reorganization of the board. In accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, we are going to convene in closed session because boards often require that their officers perform specific leadership duties. It may be advisable to discuss the qualifications, experience, or willingness to serve of the nominee for a given office before voting. Since there's an exception to the Open Meetings Act that allows the board to deliberate the appointment of a public officer in a closed meeting, the board may choose to go into closed session to discuss the merits of the nominees for a given office before returning to open session to take the vote. This is Government Code 551.074. So at this point, unless y'all don't want to go into closed session, just talk it out here, we could just go discuss real quickly who we want to appoint for each position, and then we'll come right back up. The time is 7:10.
And so we will go into closed session, don't have a table. We're getting a big table in my office, but for now, we'll just excuse everyone. Okay.
Yes, and we'll come right back.
And Glenn, can you take them?
Just step outside and go.